Hey, what is good everyone, Chris here, welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about the Apple MacMini M1 and not necessarily about the device, as for the accessories, because for those of you who don't know, it comes naked. It means there is no keyboard or any mouse inside of the box. Okay guys, if you are new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe, give these videos a thumbs up if you're watching them and you're enjoying them. Also, don't forget to press the notification bell to always be notified when I'm putting videos up. And let's get to the video. Today we're talking about accessories for the Apple MacMini, MacMini M1, MacBook Pro, MacBook Air. It's about accessories, okay? So these ones are for the MacMini M1 because I bought it and I want to tell you what you can get out of this beautiful small device. But you will probably need to invest a little bit to have all the things that you need, especially if you're a photographer or a content creator or videographer. So let's start with the beginning and talk about keyboards, because there is no keyboard in the box. I chose for you two items of the same category, and that's because I wanted to give you a cheap one and a more expensive one. But for the cheap ones, you should definitely buy with confidence, because these are great things that I used before, and I'm gonna tell you that they're pretty reliable. This one is an Arctic keyboard from Amazon, and I bought it when I bought my iPad Pro before I got the Magic Keyboard for it, and it works very well. The keys are having a very nice feedback and actually sound. It's not very sturdy, it's a bit flexible, though it does have I think it's an aluminum back. It's anodized black aluminum, and it's very light, it's very portable, so you can put it on the table and start writing and use it for your needs. With the Mac Mini, like I said, it's a Bluetooth keyboard, so you can connect it through Bluetooth. I didn't use it with a cable, but I don't think it works. It charges via micro USB. So yeah, great keyboard for the money that you're paying, around $25. All the links are gonna be in the description below. They're not affiliate or anything. I just want to give you the items that I'm talking about, and if you want to go ahead and buy it, you're gonna have a starting point. The more expensive keyboard is the Keychron K2. This is my choice of let's say gaming and editing keyboard. It's very well suited for both. It's a keyboard that is actually made for Mac, and it does have the buttons for Mac. You can switch them from Windows as well. You have them in the pack. You can also switch the colors of your corner buttons, the escape and the lighting that the keyboard provides, and it's an RGB lighting, which for some might be interesting. I'm using on the white because I have this white and black theme in my studio, but it does have all kinds of modes, and the keyboard feels very well. Just listen to this. So these are the red switches, and they're a bit quieter than the blues and the browns. I'm not very acquainted with keyboards, but I am starting to learn about it, and I do love the mechanical feel and the mechanical keyboard the Keychron K2 is, and I think that this will fit any needs. Also, this one can be connected through a wire if you're gaming and you need that latency way down. Also, it can be charged via USB-C while it's connected, and like I said, used with the wire as well. This is a very good keyboard, and you probably saw it in many content creator videos, because it is expensive, but not that expensive, around 130 140 bucks. Like I said, I'm gonna put the links down below, but it's a keyboard that will probably hold you for years. Now, in terms of mice, I have two options as well. The first one, it's the Logitech Pebble. You probably saw that in my videos, and it was the one that I bought with the Arctic, so I can use on my iPad Pro. Now this one connects seamlessly to the Mac Mini, and it's only charged by a AA battery that holds forever. I think it's 40 hours or something like that, but more than 40 hours, I don't know, a year or something like that. But this one is a very light, very portable device. It's not super ergonomic, but it feels very well. And if you are into silent clicks, this one has beautiful silent clicks. It works well with the Mac OS, and it connects, like I said, via Bluetooth, though inside you also have a dongle that you can connect if you don't want to connect it Wi-Fi and have more reliability. I had no problems with it, so for me that worked well, especially on my iPad. Now the one that I'm using every day, it's the Logitech MX Master 3. There is a Master 2, 2S, I think Master first generation. All of them are great mice, and this one has two buttons, the forward and backwards button. Also, it has two wheels, one on the side for scrolling left and right, and one on the top for scrolling up and down. And you also have a button right here next to the scroll that can make the scroll stepless and have that feel of like wiping or sliding your fingers on the magic mouse. But in terms of reliability, it works very well. And I had some problems with the Bluetooth on the Mac Mini, the same problems that everyone has. I'm going to talk about it in another video, but other than that, it feels very well in hand. It's very ergonomic, it's very reliable. My palm covers the entire mouse and it feels so nice and comfy. No problems, with the carpal tunnel, and that is a huge problem, especially for us who are editing and being a photographer, having tons of photos to edit, and also videographers. Charges via USB-C. You can connect it to 3 devices in the same time. So if you're looking for a good value for the money that you're paying, this one is around $120, I think, $100. I think this is a very good value, and will probably hold you forever. And like I said, it's charging through the USB-C, so you don't have to change any batteries or anything. Now, if you're into gaming, and because we're in the same area with peripherals, I will advise you to buy this at 8BitDo gamepad. This one is the SF30 Pro, and it works very well. It also connects to Bluetooth to many devices, from iPads to phones to MacBooks and so on and so forth. And if you like gaming with a gamepad, if you're into consoles and stuff like that, this will do well. It's very well suited for all kinds of games, especially adventure games. It does have all the buttons that you need. It does have all the joysticks, both of them actually, the side and the movement joystick. You have buttons for pretty much everything. It's a great gadget for people who are trying to disconnect for 30 minutes and play a game. And I do love the way it performs. So this is in terms of gaming. Now, as a content creator or a photographer or a videographer, you will probably need a SD card reader. Mac Mini doesn't have any kind of SD card readers, any kind of readers for that matter. And I'm gonna show you one that I'm using right now. This is the Sabrent portable SD card and micro SD card reader. And it's very small, it's very portable, you can have it with you. That's why I said this might be able to be used on any other devices from Apple, like MacBook Pros, MacBook Airs, because some of them are very portable. And I'm using this one because I'm still waiting for my dock for the Mac Mini that I'm gonna talk about when I'm gonna get it. But this one does very well. The transfer rates are pretty good, around 200, 250 megabytes per second. So it's not that bad if you're not in a rush. And it also costs almost nothing, around $10, $15, something like that. So it's made by Sabrent, it's made of plastic. It's kind of cheap, but I think I have it for 2 years or so, and it still holds pretty well. And the good thing is that you have 2 card readers, the micro SD and the SD card. And because I'm using the Zoom H1 to record all these videos, for me that's great. I don't have to use an adapter and put it in the SD card. You have to know that this one doesn't support 2 cards in the same time, so you can basically copy from both cards on your PC in the same time. But other than that, works very well. Now, because we're talking about things that we have to download on our computers, let's talk about storage. And if you rushed it and bought the Mac Mini with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage, which is the base model, you'll probably need a little bit more storage, not necessarily RAM, and that's a different conversation, but storage. And as storage, again, I chose 2 devices. This is an SSD by Samsung. It's the 850 Evo Pro, and the transfer rates, I just wrote them down here. It's 400 megabytes per second. That's not bad at all for an SSD. and these ones can be used as a storage. This one is a 2 terabyte, and I do have smaller ones, 256 gigabytes, and so on and so forth. So if you are into that kind of stuff, I say go ahead and buy one. This enclosure is just a simple enclosure from Sentry. It feels well because you don't have any screws, anything to take off. So if you want to change hard drives, you just pull it. It has 2 notches on the side that you are pulling it, and that is the hard drive. And now for a more expensive one, though these ones are considered the cheapest in terms of NVMe drives. This is the Samsung T5, and this is a very fast device to edit on. Not as fast as the T7, which I think it's around 1 gigabyte transfer. This one is only 550 gigabytes transfer, but I edited a long time on this device, and it feels very well. And I actually have 2 or 3. One is a terabyte, this one is a 1 terabyte. So if you want something fast and that costs a little bit more than this one, this is a good option. Plus these devices are, let's say, shock proof. They're built out of aluminum, they're very sturdy, and there is nothing inside that can break if you drop it. So I would say don't drop it, but if you do, you should be able to continue doing your stuff and your job on it because it won't break. Now, like I said, I'm still waiting for my dock to come, and that is something that bothers me because I still need to use all kinds of dongles and you know, port extenders or whatever you want to call them. And one of them is this Anker that I told you lately a lot of times. I was talking about it because it's very reliable. It's very well built out of aluminum. I used it on my MacBook Pro 16, but interestingly enough, it fits on the Mac Mini as well. The space between these two USB-C ports, it's the same on both, so I can use it on the back of my Mac Mini. The problem is I'm gonna cut a lot of ports because all the Mac Mini ports are aligned on the back, and that is not a good idea. So I decided to switch from this one to a cheaper one, the Jovotech or something like that. It was a cheaper port extender that gives me 3 more USB 3.0 and an USB-C. That is what I'm using right now. It's a mess under my desk, but I'm hoping that the deck is gonna come soon and I'm gonna be able to talk about it. This is in terms of ports, and I know that everyone needs ports. So if you wanna buy something reliable and if you don't mind having you know, some of the ports blocked, and it also adds a card reader. The problem is if when you're putting it in the back, you have to reach behind your Mac Mini to put the SD cards in. It's a bit cumbersome, so it might not be for everyone. I used it in the first week or something, and then I switched to that cheaper one because it actually allows me to have the ports on front and just plug whatever I need, and I'm using this one as my card reader for now. That is pretty much it, guys, in terms of accessories and whatever I'm using for my Mac Mini. Now, as a bonus, I advise you to buy a lot of these cables. You need cables because if you're not using port extenders or docks or whatever you want to call them, this will be very helpful. This, for example, is an USB-C extender that will help you get your USB-C cable in front of your Mac Mini. This is an USB-C cable that will help you, like, for example, charge the K2 keyboard, as well as small USB 3.0 to USB-C. Have them all. This, for example, is a USB-C to 3.5mm jack, and this might be helpful if you already have the 3.5mm jack behind your Mac Mini occupied with your headphones or your speakers. And because we are talking about speakers, the ones that I'm using right now and I used for a lot of time are the Sony MDR7506. These are studio monitors, and they're very light. They're very good. They don't have a lot of bass, but that is exactly what you need when you're editing your videos, because you need to hear the sound the way it is, the natural tone of your voice. And I love these ones for editing. They're wired ones, and I'm using this one straight into my Mac Mini. And if I want to watch a movie or consume social media, I'm going to use these Bluetooth Soundcore Q10s from Anker. These are very nice, very comfortable, and they feel very well. They have a very fluff ear cups, and I use these ones to edit, and I was very pleased with the sound that come out of it. The only problem is, being Bluetooth, you have that little bit of a latency. So if you're trying to use those, just buy one of these jack cables, 3.5 to 3.5, and use them in. And if you don't have any more ports, you can use this USB-C to 3.5 jack adapter on. And there you go. Now you have your speakers and your headphones inserted in your Mac Mini. Guys, this is pretty much it in terms of what I'm using. I hope this helped you decide if you want to buy a Mac Mini. Actually, it will probably help you with the budget, know exactly where you're going if you're deciding to buy this device, because there are a few things that you need, especially a keyboard and a mouse. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to give these videos a thumbs up. It's super important. And follow me on social media. We have all kinds of behind the scenes. We're talking about gadgets. We are commenting all kinds of stuff in the photography and tech world. And don't forget to stay connected, my friends. And I will definitely see you in a bit.